Hi, this is Linda with Shiloh May. What do you do when you have a bunch of 5-inch squares left over from making a quilt or other designs? Well, I took them and I made them to have square triangles. This is the line by Riley Blake called Blissful Blooms, and I had some left over. So I'm going to show you what I did with them. I took them and I sewed them together into half square triangles. And then I took some interfacing, featherweight interfacing, and I laid them all out onto the featherweight interfacing. This is a super easy way to put your rows nice and neat all together, just so all your half square triangles together is what I'm trying to say. So as you can see, it took me a little bit to lay them out, and I wasn't sure what design I was going to make with them because they were just random pieces, and I felt like I had a lot of some of the same patterns. So I took them and I laid them all out, and I apologize, this isn't a little more even or square within the frame so you can see it better, but you'll see it when I get it done here. So I'm laying them all out, and as I got to laying them out, I see, oh, I can make diagonal stripes with these if I have enough of the same fabrics. And sure enough, I did. So can you see the lines coming together, the diagonal lines? So again, I'm laying these on top of my interfacing. So the sticky part of my iron-on interfacing is facing up. And I was able to get 4 rows. Well, depending on which way you look at it, I got 4 rows with 5 squares in each row. And then I took and I cut my interfacing away, and I tried to cut it inside of my squares just a little bit because I didn't want it to stick to my iron. You'll see that here in a second. As I've slid my wool mat underneath here. And I'm just going to make sure my squares are as close together as I can get them. Lining up my seams the best I can. So I just love this print. It's so colorful. Purples, pinks, blues, like a fuchsia color. There's my half square triangle. I'm just showing you that. It's on my mat, and there's you see my diagonal lines now really well. Aren't they cute? And then I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to carefully press. Now, you could lay a piece of parchment paper over the top of this before you press, and that way you make sure you don't get any residue from your iron-on interfacing on your iron. But I just lightly heated it first, so that it would adhere a little bit. And then I'm going to go back over it with just a pressing cloth. And again, if you have a lot of interfacing sticking out, you would not want to use a pressing cloth because it's just going to iron to your pressing cloth. But I just wanted to go over again and just some added precaution that I wasn't going to have my fabric stick to my iron. All right, so there it is. It's all pressed. Well, not quite, I guess. Here we go, a little bit more. And I have my iron up on the setting for the fusible interfacing. Now you're going to take it and you're going to fold right sides together, pressing, not with your iron, but just finger press along that seam line. You can kind of feel where those seams want to fold over easily. And you're going to stitch your 1/4 inch seam all the way down. Now, I didn't reverse my camera, so it looks like my machine might be backwards. But believe me, I was facing the right direction and everything. So stitch 1/4 inch all the way down. And then you're going to see there is my stitching line. All right. It'll look better when I press it, I promise. Then you're going to fold down and do the next row exactly the same. And again, you can feel where you're pressing it, where it's just going to fold easily because you have that break in the fabric. Press it with your hands and fingers, and then go back and stitch your 1/4 inch seam. And you're just going to do that till you have all the seams going horizontally, say, you have all those stitched. And I just sped this up for you a little bit here. And there they all are stitched, and I'm pressing, I took it out of my machine, I'm pressing them so all the seams lay the same direction. All right, there you go. Now you're going to flip it the other direction, and you're going to do the same thing going the other way. Now this does get a little thicker when you're doing this because you got to go over those seams and you have 2 layers of fabric and 2 layers of interfacing. Again, I use featherweight. You don't want anything heavy. And then I'm just going to go back to my machine and do the same thing again, stitching 1/4 inch seam all the way down. And we're going to speed that up because you already saw me do that once. And I do like to check it when I'm done just to make sure I did it right, but make sure it got all the ends in. But again, if you do the 1/4 inch seam allowance, you should be just fine. And this it goes pretty quick, and it also makes it neat, very neat. Your rows pretty much turn out, your corners are matched up. And then again, I'm going to take these seams, I'm going to press them all going the same direction. You're not going to clip them or anything. You're just going to leave them like they are. Now, you wouldn't want to use this on a quilt, but you can use it on different other things. So I've used this method making my iPad covers or reader covers, notebooks, whatever you want to call them. But what else can I make with this? What would you suggest? It measures approximately 10 by 13. There it is horizontally. Then I'm showing you vertically. What would you make?